Welcome to Squat Podcast. That's our name. What's your name, my brother?
My name is Amor.
Oh, where are you from?
I'm from Congo.
Congo. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Which Congo? There's two of them, right?
I'm from Democratic. I was born in RDC, Congo, but I grew up in Congo, Brazzaville.
Oh, cool. And you were Brazzaville.
I grew up in Brazzaville.
Oh, cool. So you speak French?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What are you doing here in Australia, man?
I've lived in Australia for about 16 years.
16?
Yeah, so we came here as
So
refugees.
you're living? That's what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm living here. Yeah.
The only person I know from Congo is Serge Ibaka.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Actually, my uncle played in the same team with Serge Ibaka.
So did my uncle. Yeah.
No, I'm being serious. Uncle Luizon, if you're seeing this.
Shout out. He's a big fan,
Luis
actually.
Molosa. Yeah, he played. We actually have a photo of him.
Really?
Playing in the same team back in 2006.
Why didn't he make the NBA? What happened?
He chose family instead of sports. He came here in Australia with us.
Good choice. Good choice.
Hey, you can respect that, man.
I don't think he'll say it's a good
200 million sounds pretty good, too.
I don't think he'll say it's a good choice, but yeah, we know Serge Ibaka.
Speaking of family, we are talking about kids today. The question is, do you want to have kids? So, do you?
With the way the world is going today,
Right?
it's a maybe.
It's a maybe.
Depending, my wife has to be amazing.
Okay.
My wife has to be amazing for me to have kids. Yeah.
How old are you right now?
I'm 23.
So you're still thinking about it? You still got some time?
I have heaps of time.
You gotta find the right one.
I have heaps of time. Thank God.
No rush. Yeah. So why is it a maybe? What about the world right now has got you scared?
I mean, there's no structure. I mean, anybody can come up with anything and just say they believe in it, and we all have to just follow along. And that's very dangerous for a kid, because I reckon right now, because of social media, most kids are raising themselves.
Right.
And I raise myself, and I don't want my kids to raise themselves.
You look alright. You turned out okay.
You're looking fresh, man.
I turned out okay because of role models. But kids who are raising themselves, they don't have role models to follow along. Like,
I mean, it's up to you to be that role model for them too, right?
Exactly. But I'm also black. I can just go out and get the milk, you know.
Going for a pack of cigarettes.
Kids it's a very special thing to me. Like, my two brothers have kids.
Right.
I see the joy it brings to them.
Yeah.
It taught me a whole new meaning about having kids. So it will have to be with somebody who's like, you know, clocked in.
But being an uncle is way different too. It's like you get to have all the fun and be like, all right, see you later.
Yeah, it's not my responsibility, but I just come in to mess
they need to
things
change
up.
the nappy? All right, good luck.
No, it's their job. It's their job. Yeah.
So let's say the world is great, right?
Yeah.
You got an amazing wife. You'd be happy to have kids. Those are kind of the factors. Right. I'll give you this scenario.
Yeah.
You're in the hospital. The birth went great. All the checks are cleared. You're walking out of the hospital front doors, and you got a little boy in your hand.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I can't describe that feeling, but I can tell you what my brothers felt, because they both have first sons at their firstborn. My other brother just had a daughter as well.
Yeah.
But like,
Thirsty for some milk all of a sudden.
What's the right age to have that feeling, to be walking out of those doors for you?
not a teenager, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. When did your parents have you?
Hey, we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh, a bit too
My
young?
mom had me pretty young.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I was one of those mistake child, so
Everyone
yeah.
needs a little bit, I think.
Yeah. But I reckon, like, for me personally, 28 to 30, when you have things more together and you're, you know,
Little money.
yeah, you got money.
Yeah, that's the big thing, right? Kids cost a lot of money. And I think that's why a lot of people nowadays don't want to have kids. It's like, just to even look after yourself is hard.
Yeah.
So how can you look after someone else? What do you think you would do differently from how your parents raised you?
It smells like weed.
It does. Yeah.
Who's
It just came as I was like,
Ooh. That guy definitely has it. Nah, I'm joking. So what was the question?
what do you think you would do differently from how your parents raised you if you were a father yourself?
If you would do anything differently.
Yeah, if. Maybe they were perfect. I don't know.
Look, I was raised by a single mother. She was both my mom and dad, so she had to play both the tough and the loving role.
Yep.
So it taught me how to play both those sides, and that's how I raised my younger brother, my younger sister, and also my younger cousin. So I would definitely play both the tough love, but at the same time, when they need to give love, you have to give love, because my background, the dads don't give love to the kids.
Is that how it
I'm
is?
African, so the dads don't give. You get all the love from the mom, you get the discipline from the dad.
Can you confirm? Is it true?
So yeah, I would definitely like give love both
Yes.
softly but also tough love at the same time. Yeah.
Because I was thinking about this the other day. Like, even these small things like my parents would do, like, it's like traumatic in a way. Like you remember this shit. Like they yelled at you over nothing, right? It was nothing. But you think back, you still remember it to this day. And it's like, oh fuck. Anything that you do to these little things, little kids, you can fuck them up for life. It's like very scary.
If they're soft,
Yeah, if I raise them right.
If they're soft, look, my mom used to beat the shit out of me. Yeah. Because if she did it, I would definitely end up in prison.
What? Really?
If she didn't. She didn't, because
what were you doing as a kid, man?
I was I'm what you call somebody who has to find out the hard way.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, so also, like, you know, grew up in Africa. So I didn't grow up, but I came here when I was 7, like I said.
Yeah.
But as a 7-year-old, I came here feeling like I was 15, because in Africa, obviously, you're gonna grow up like you know
fast, man.
You grow up fast.
A lot tougher over there as well.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher. So once I came here, actually not even that, like just everything I did back in Africa, like surviving to get food, so you had to, like, you know, trick the store owner to steal food and stuff like that. I did all that.
It doesn't fly here as well.
All that. It doesn't. My mom would always keep me in check.
Yeah.
And she always gave me three chances. Every time I mess up in those 3 chances, then she'll whoop my ass. But I feel like if she didn't do that, I wouldn't have the level of knowing about consequences like I do right now.
Yeah. The police don't give you 3 chances every year.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
You get 1. So, like, I don't have no police record. The worst thing I've ever done is probably jump a train, a bus, or something like that.
You heard it here first, guys. Move on in, move in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's probably the worst thing I've ever done, because I have such, like, I'm so knowing of, like, okay, this is what can come from what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So that all starts from the ass whooping I received. But if you look at it as trauma, I mean, everybody is different, you know? Everybody is different. But I would say my mom beating my ass was the biggest part about me becoming who I am as an adult. I'm not even trolling.
I think you took it on well as well, because if you take 2 kids, right, and they get raised the exact same way, so they're both getting that ass whooping that you're talking about, you took it really well, and you've learnt a lot from it. But the same kid who's just a different person to you, you know, they might interpret that as, you know, maybe
They'll
what
fight
Ivan's
back, get
saying.
more angry.
Exactly, yeah. So maybe it also depends on the individuality of the kid as well, because you don't know what your son or daughter is going to be like.
Nature and nurture.
Not going to be exactly
genetics,
like you, right?
True. Well, it's also, you also gotta, like, I wouldn't whip my kid's ass, to be honest. I would leave it for my wife to do.
No bruises when the
She's
wife
got to
does
be
it.
amazing.
That's why I need an amazing wife, because, like, you have to be able to take that role, because as a man, we're seen as aggressive, So you hitting your kid is automatically seen as the wrong thing, especially to the kid.
You're teaching him the wrong lesson.
Yeah, but if the mom does it, that's different.
Yeah.
It comes with a hint of love.
Yeah. So, like, I'm so glad I didn't have some man punching me in the head when I was a kid, because I knew I definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
But instead, my mom had whatever shoe she could grab at the time.
She's like a ninja with that shit.
But I definitely think, like, that played a big role in me becoming so, like, I mean, I wouldn't, man, like,
You
I
heard
don't
it
want
here
to be in prison.
You heard it here first, guys. Fear and violence works.
Well, depending on how you take it. I think if you're a guy, don't hit your kid, because we just have a different force as well. Like, I reckon my mom knew the exact right force to put, and then right after that, she'll give me, like, you know, we'll have a conversation.
Right.
And then from that conversation, I'll be like, okay, now I get, because I'm a kid, I don't know nothing, you know?
Yes. Words don't work until you get that first bit. Yeah.
If you don't mind, let me just give a quick example.
Go ahead.
When I was like probably like 3, 4, or 5, my mom tells me the story because I don't remember that far back.
Yeah.
When I was like 3, 4, or 5, there was
damage.
like fire, you know?
Yeah.
Do you remember when you were 3?
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember
shit.
when I was 1 year and 9 months, one memory.
I have glimpses and stuff.
1 year and 9 months.
Yeah, I know why.
I used to just break toys. That's all I remember.
Hey, there was a fire, yeah.
There was a fire, and I wanted to touch it. My mom didn't let me touch it. She pulled me away from it until she let me touch it. And I got burned. But guess what? I never touched fire again after that.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes you just gotta let some kids, I'm saying some kids, they learn from the experience. They learn from actually going through the consequences of what they've done. And I reckon I was one of those people. And I mean, look at me now. I mean, shit, I look healthy, you know?
Yeah,
He's doing well. He's looking clean.
I have a very similar story. It's like me and my brother. I was playing with a knife, and she's like, "If you like hurt your brother, you know, he might get hurt." And I was like, but I wasn't listening. So, all right, I guess you got to do it. So I stabbed the shit out of my brother.
Oh shit.
And now I'm the only child, but I learned I never stabbed anyone ever
Whoa,
again.
what you mean you're an only?
No.
Where's your brother, bro?
Rest in peace, bro.
Did he actually pass?
Nah, I'm just joking.
No?
Never happened.
Okay.
All right, thank you for joining today, bro.
Oh, thank
Appreciate
you so
man.
much. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it,
Where
brother.
can I find this podcast? Like,
It's called Papa Squat Podcast. You can QR code scan if you want.
We're on
that's
TikTok
what's
and
up.
Instagram and YouTube, so you can find us there.
Easy. Thank you guys.
Thank you again,
See
man.
you, brother.
Have a great day.
You're a great guest, man.
All
Don't be nervous.
right,
don't be
welcome
nervous.
to Papa Squat Podcast. My name is Ivan.
I'm Tarek. Nice to meet you guys.
What's your guys' name?
Sai. I'm Lulu. It's nice to meet you.
Sai and Lulu. Nice to meet you guys. So you saw the sign. Would you guys want to have kids one day?
No.
You don't have any already? I don't know.
Okay, we got one no.
I would never have kids of my own. I've always wanted to adopt.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
So why is it no for you guys so far?
Oh, like all the like scary things about pregnancy we've heard. Like I don't want to go. I don't want to go through that.
What do you mean? What's so scary?
Hey, no, we're men. We're we're.
I've been hitting the balls before. I know what it's like.
Have you ever like had a really humongous poo?
Never.
Oh.
I eat my fiber.
Sorry for you.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
I was gonna say they feel good.
They feel great. I had one this morning.
No, it's like your like vagina gets stretched out to like a watermelon-sized head, and like
Thanks for the demo.
stretch marks.
Visualization.
You're welcome. Stretch marks
Have
and
you seen that thing where it's like you lactate, like
Oh, yeah.
like you just randomly start lactating when you hear a baby cry?
It's a dream.
Wait, when
and
you're
then-
pregnant.
and then you get your period
Oh, wow.
like for how many days after, and then what else?
These all sound like
You can
temporary
die.
problems.
You can die.
Also,
Hey.
I have like a more long-term reasoning for why I want to adopt over actually having kids of my own. Firstly, the pain. Also, because I have a lot of like issues, like both physically and mentally. Like I've had a lot of illnesses throughout my life, and I think I don't want to pass that on. And I know that sounds kind of selfish, but
No, that's not so.
Postpartum depression.
I actually think
that
that's
on.
I don't
selfless.
wanna
I'd say
have
that's
that.
selfless. Like if you know that you don't want to.
plus
yeah.
like, especially if I was to adopt, I was gonna adopt like not like a child, like someone a little older. Well, that's not.
Adopt a daddy.
Adopt a guy with like 3 kids, a wife.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Just to sort of
You
like,
can start off your like grammar.
grandma era,
Grammar era early.
grandmommy era. Yes.
Can I ask what age you would want to adopt? How old would
Like-
you be?
I know that like most people. Sorry, I can't think seriously right now.
Oh, she's really going for
I
it.
know.
It's a girl. I said it's a girl. He's
It's not a
like,
girl.
Is it a guy or a girl?
it sounds like a husky woman, no?
Yeah.
Kinda sexy, like.
Yeah. Don't be a mum, please.
I feel like I would adopt like to like, because most people go like children or toddlers. I would go like a child, like 6, 7, because people that's when they start to get like people don't want them anymore.
When will you be ready?
Oh,
What age?
I don't know, because
I feel like it depends where I am in life.
yeah, exactly.
Like if I am like ready and I've got enough funds, like
Yeah.
I've got a partner, then I'll probably
like, I'm in a
go into
stable
adopt.
position.
So you're saying you're gonna adopt as well?
Yeah, I want to
Oh.
adopt.
I
I don't.
change your mind.
No, I've always wanted to adopt. But it just depends where I am in life. Like if I don't have my shit together, like I'm not gonna have a child and like put that.
When it comes to adoption, is it wrong to have a preference of the type of child you get?
I don't know. It kind of depends. Maybe like race
Like, if you
wise.
specifically say like I'm not taking any other child, but it has to be like this race and it has to like.
Yeah,
Or maybe you want to get someone that kind of looks like you.
I get that.
Yeah,
Like
I can get that. Like,
if someone's like infertile or something
Yeah.
and they want a child that looks like them and their partner, like I get that.
I was supposed to be adopted. Wait, no, that's come on, right. Basically, my parents were gonna adopt a child, and then all of a sudden, my mum got pregnant, and I feel really bad because like my family introduced themselves to this girl, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna adopt you," and then my mum got pregnant, and then they never ended up adopting her, and they had me, and I was like, "That's an awful. Like, I feel awful."
I think my sister was an accident, 2 years.
Oh.
We're all accidents.
Sorry, Soy, if you're watching. I love
Viva la
you.
vida, baby. No, don't worry.
If you guys were going to adopt, you'd be able to choose the gender. Do you know what gender you'd want to choose?
I think I'm biased. I want like a girl because
Uh-huh.
I feel like I had a kind of. I didn't have like my mum growing up. It was kind of like a situation, and I would really like. There was a lot of stuff which I wish I had her there for, but I have my older sister, but it's still like not the same.
And you understand the female experience, right?
Yeah, but like, yeah. Plus, I don't know. I feel like I've never grown up around like younger boys, so I don't really know what I would do. So I'd be kind of scared. I feel, but that's probably change over time.
I don't know. It kind of, I don't know. It just depends. Everything like depends with me. Like, I don't know. Whatever's, if I'm going to adopt, like whatever's there is there. Like,
exactly.
I'm not gonna like.
You're not gonna go to that one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be picky with it.
There's
Like,
nothing wrong with choosing though.
I know, but like,
I mean, you don't want to
feel
go
like
home
being
with the
picky
baby and
with
you're
it
like,
is like
I don't like
kinda-
it. Yeah.
Let me see that vertical jump. Nah, next one. Let me see.
like, how smart are you? Can you be a doctor when you're older?
7 times 7, right now. Do you think it's immoral to have kids?
Ooh, that's an interesting. What do you like? Can you elaborate on what you mean?
So maybe too many people in the world. Maybe the day you're born is really your death sentence. You know, you're giving someone guaranteed death and pain and suffering in their life by being born.
Okay.
If you're like
Very pessimistic
if you're
view.
in a really bad place in your life and like mentally you can't do anything, physically you can't do anything, I feel like it's a bit selfish to have a child because
Definitely, yeah.
you're gonna raise them like not proper and they're gonna turn out to be rebellious and do all this shit because I was like that because my dad wasn't in my life that much, but he wasn't good to us and he wasn't in a good place. Like I still don't know if he's in a good place, but it did like fuck me and my sister up. So
Even the smallest things can fuck you up, but
Yeah.
of course the big things do too, right?
yeah, so and especially like genes as well. Like if you have like gambling in your genes, alcoholic.
Wait, gambling goes through genes?
I think so.
That's
That's
so
what
weird.
my mom said.
Oh,
but-
yeah.
Just imagining some cavemen with some rocks, like, oh fuck, I lost my rocks.
But
Yeah.
If you had the choice to be unborn and never exist, would you take it?
That's
You-
an awful question to ask me of all people.
I feel like okay, well I believe in like reincarnation. If I chose to like reincarnate into like an animal or something, I would take that opportunity like in a like a little
I think reincarnation is the best thing. If you, the afterlife or heaven sounds scary as fuck. Reincarnation sounds more fun.
I don't really believe in like heaven or hell. I just believe like there is like life after
cycle.
you die.
Something that we can't understand, maybe.
Yeah, and especially reincarnation, like people like you see like little kids like talking about their past life and like, oh, I was like a baseball player in my past life.
Yeah.
Like I don't think children have like big imaginations, but I don't think a child can like pick that up. And
I was an accountant in my past life.
I've got a great question to finish off. What do we all think we were in our past lives?
Oh, definitely an accountant.
I feel like I was like, I don't know, maybe a stripper or something.
Oh,
Was your name Candy?
No, maybe like Jaguar or something like that.
So
Nice.
what were you, an accountant?
Yeah, definitely an
How
accountant.
come?
I don't know.
Kind of an accountant.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Sex-
know the
sex
reference.
accountant. Yeah, accountant for a strip club. Sorry.
Maybe we work together.
Destiny.
I was definitely someone that didn't have a job because I hate going to work.
bludger, alright.
Kidding.
Well, thanks for joining us today, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, slap that shit. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Well done,
Appreciate it.
Jaguar. All right, see you guys. Bye.
I was gonna be a bartender.
Oh, hell yeah. You still can. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I was gonna be a bartender in my past life.
Okay. All right, bye-bye.
Get tickets to the weekend concert.
Oh, dude. Heard he sold 1.6 million tickets worldwide.
It's coming out tomorrow at 12, so I'm putting cash in. I'm going to transfer it on mate, and he's going
Oh,
to get it.
Oh, it's
tomorrow.
the weekend.
Tomorrow's Friday. It's not even the weekend. all right, bye. All right. Welcome to Squat Podcast. My name is Ivan.
I'm Tarek.
What's your name, my brother?
My name is Thomas.
Thomas. Today's topic is: do you want to have kids? So straight up.
Do you want to have kids?
I think in the future, yes. So obviously not now. I'm very young, but in the future, I definitely think it's something I would want to do. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Yeah, don't be having kids right now. Okay? Just chill out for a couple of years. So, yeah, why do you think you want to have kids? What is it about kids that's appealing to you?
Well, I mean, I think having kids is sort of a way to. It's kind of difficult, but it's sort of an extension of your sort of legacy as a person.
Yeah.
I think obviously you want to have a legacy in sort of your career. You know, your impact you leave on other people, and I also would like some sort of legacy in some sort of art form maybe.
Yeah.
But I think having kids is a way to sort of extend your life and just like your life as as a whole. It sort of extends it, and I think also, as a person, you should strive to be a good person. And I think if you strive to that and you somewhat achieve it, and you can pass it on to a future generation, I think that's sort of you helping the world potentially. It sounds a bit arrogant, but I think that's sort of something I would like to strive towards.
I don't think it sounds arrogant at all. I think when you are ready and you feel you're ready to have children, raising them in the right way, it is a reflection of you, right? And maybe your entire life and everything you've learned. So I think it makes a lot of sense. Do you know what age you would want to have children? I mean, yeah, you can't force it, but
I think the general age is like sort of 30, like around then, maybe a bit before, maybe a bit after.
Why is it 30 nowadays? Before it was 22, 21.
Yeah, well, I mean, 30, you finish uni, you got a job, you got a house probably or something like that, maybe an apartment if we're in Sydney. And it's also like, you've had your fun in the younger years, and it's like,
Made a few accidental kids?
Yeah, I don't know about that. But it's like a good age. Like 40, you might get a bit tired, get a bit pissed off, kind of clean up after the kids. 30, I think, it's all right. But I wouldn't be disappointed if I had them at 35 or 40 or maybe even 25 if the right person came along.
In your 30s, you got some intelligence, you have some money, and you still have a little bit of energy left to chase some kids around.
So it's a good age for that. And I think, my parents had it around that age. I know plenty of people with that age, and it all worked out fine for them. So, I mean, I'm fine with that.
Well, you're lucky, Thomas, because you're a guy, so you can actually have kids at probably any age.
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
Whoever you marry, she's got to have them in her prime, right? Around that 30 at the latest. Otherwise, you run that risk of all those conditions. Like, they got a higher chance of being like autistic.
Like my mum, she had me at 42. So there's nothing wrong with me though.
Yeah, no, I mean...
What do you think about those guys that say it's like bad to have kids? Like you shouldn't be having kids, bad for the world. Why do you think they say that?
I mean, well, obviously there's like overpopulation and stuff. I think that's sort of a bit of a I don't know, nihilistic way of looking at it. Like sort of there's too many people, so I guess I got to be the one to back down. I don't really agree with that, but at the same time, if you don't want to have kids, I think that's not something anyone should say that's a bad thing. Like, that's completely a personal decision. And I would not look at anyone any differently if they said they didn't want to have kids.
But it's more of a personal thing. Like, you kind of think that society or, like, population, all those kind of macro factors shouldn't really play as big of a role in your decision on whether you want to have kids or not?
Those things way different than everyone. Like, to me, I'm not really someone who tries to get invested in stuff like news or current affairs, global affairs. That's for a variety of reasons for me, but also I just think that it's like it doesn't really affect my life particularly. Like, it's good to be conscious about stuff going on in the world, but I'm obviously I'm not going to just try and be completely destructive to everyone else around me. But
interestingly, there's some cool stats like out of these poor nations where like the richer a nation gets, the less kids they have. So it makes sense. Like back in the day when you had a farm, you needed all the kids to look after it. You might lose 1, 2, or 3 in an accident here or there. So you need to kind of hedge your bets that someone's going to take you on, take your legacy on, provide and stuff like that. You have a very interesting perspective about why you would want to have kids, because it's like a legacy thing, like you wanting to pass yourself on. But think of it this way: do you know who your great-great-grandfather is, or great-great-great-great-great-grandfather?
No.
So everyone's legacy fades.
Yeah.
Right?
Not entirely, because
I mean,
your dad or your parents had or were had by your grandparents, and then them by their great-grandparents. So there is a residual part of your great-great-great-grandfather, and the qualities he had, it's probably passed on to you as well. But it's probably a one-to-one relationship. You know what I mean?
Probably had a sick fade as well.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I guess also that could be motivation for you. If you don't remember your great-grandparents, then maybe try to make yourself into a person that your great-grandchildren would remember.
And like be the Marcus Aurelius of the 21st century.
I don't know.
He's a philosopher.
Roman emperor.
Yeah. But hey, okay. Obviously you want children. Heaven forbid, for whatever reason, complications, you weren't able to have children. It sounds like it's like a really big part of like what you think your future would entail. What do you think your life would look like if you weren't able to have children?
Well, I mean, if I wasn't able to have children, and I was at the point in life where I thought, maybe I could adopt or, even potentially raise someone else's child, I wouldn't opt out of that just because, like, they're not my biological kid.
Legacy is mental, right?
Yeah,
you teach them.
It's like in the same way that you can, love your friends or, a girlfriend similar to how you'd love family. I think
yeah.
you can have the same impact on someone else, and I don't think it's purely biological, because at the same time, like, if someone swaps your babies at birth and they weren't actually your kid, it wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, 100%. I was gonna say one last thing. What do you think about those people that say that having a child, like bringing someone into the world, is kind of like a bit immoral? Like, so
Who says that, man?
some say the day you're born is your death sentence. You know, so you're bringing someone to experience all this pain and suffering that living does. It's a lot of beauty. It's a lot of great things too, but it is a guaranteed death when you are born. So some say maybe you shouldn't give birth because it's nicer to not like give someone that much pain.
I think the people who say that probably need to look at themselves and maybe
Stop wanking so much.
Seek some help, maybe, if they think that their only goal in life is to die because everything just sucks so bad. And I think also, like, if you as a parent, you're thinking that the only thing my kid has coming from is death, like, maybe you could be a bit of a better parent in your future vision. Like, I think that's definitely a very pessimistic viewpoint. And I can't relate to it at all, so I don't really have any thoughts on that, because I don't think like that. It's like, it's kind of like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Like, you kind of...
Lee Harvey Oswald said that, right?
You're opting out of it before you've even done it. Like, I don't know, I don't really agree with that.
Yeah,
I mean, the
busy
beauty's
living.
in the life, right? Not the end of the life. The beauty's in the life. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
even in, the worst points of your life, there's still, I don't know, beauty in it. Like, I wouldn't really say that normally, but like, life is not just... It doesn't just suck entirely. Like, there's ups and downs.
The way I see it, for billions of years of history, you are dead, and for billions of years after your life, you'll be dead. So having that little flicker of life is still worth it. It's better than just being dead the whole time.
It's fine. Like, I don't think you should be worrying about that.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
There you go.
All right, thank you, bro. Appreciate
Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it. Yeah, great insights, brother.
Good luck on the rest of your
Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
thank you.
Appreciate it.